Hey, crikey. This is a new edition of What's Broken on My Boat Today. And this is the Dirty Pants edition, which will be a new sub-series. These pants are some jean cutoffs. Actually, they were jean shorts that they're starting to rot. But they're so dirty that I'm required now to store them in an engine bay. Just so they don't contaminate anything else in the boat. So if it's a project that's so bad that I have to get out the traveling dirty shorts, it's a bad one. So bring you up to speed on what's going on. We laid up in Melbourne for about a month. I'd been away from the boat early December, traveled down. We had an oil incident where we had some oil in the bilge I needed to clean up. Laid up, and then the alternator wasn't working right on this side. So I had this engine bay open, and when we left Melbourne, I noticed that we had a pretty significant oil leak pretty quickly. And it was down the whole back of the engine and going down to the bottom of the bell housing in the bottom. And the best way I can describe this is you have to hang upside down. You put a towel here. We've got a dirty traveling dog towel that we got volunteered from somebody in Melbourne, gave it to us. So I'll have to lay this here, and I have to hang over into this section and put my head all the way down the bottom of the bilge to look under the engine. So it's an embrace the suck kind of thing. Fortunately, I have a lot of spares on board. Thank you to previous owners, David and Stephanie and everyone else. So the oil leak, and I started diagnosing and troubleshooting it. And in addition to that, I've been chasing an air ingress problem into my fuel system, and I determined it was this specialty Yanmar pipe assembly, which goes from the mechanical fuel pump over to the what used to be the primary fuel filter for the engine, but I've got a bigger one that's behind me, but because my butt's kind of big, you can't see it right now. These things are not stocked by anyone. It's got two banjo bolt fittings, which is a bolt that slides through that has a hole that runs the length of it, and then there's a side hole that runs through into the banjo fitting, and I'll show you that in about 10 more seconds. So I had to run to town to get that. I'd been working on replacing, there's an oil pipe that connects the starboard side of the engine in two places, on the back of the head, and then in the block over here. And it was really corroded and had several pinholes in it and was leaking oil. Fortunately, there was that on board. So this is what a banjo bolt is. You can see the holes in the side where, in this case, diesel fuel runs through, and then it runs through the end. The ones for the oil are tiny little pinholes on the side and a big hole in the end. Ran to town, had put it mainly back together from the oil pipe and had all my stuff tucked away, and the bed platform fell. I've got an oversized mattress here, which is another whole story. I got some classic video of that. And what happened was all my bolts went asunder. Some ended up down here, some ended up on top of the platform. I don't know how, but the one bolt that I really couldn't replace because I don't have a spare and no marine diesel shop in the area had any in stock. I've been trying to get them. Like I said, the Ace Marine and Vero said they couldn't figure out what the part number is from the parts diagram. Was missing. So cleaned the bilge last night, searched for a couple hours upside down, cleaning up all the oil and everything. I needed to do it anyway. And was pretty defeated, but was buoyed by a nice steak dinner, and it was just beautiful with black beans and coconut ginger rice. Had to take a shower before I could even touch the bed to put it down because I had grease and oil all over me. And when I went to put the bed down, the little banjo bolt that was missing popped out. So I'm in the process of double checking all the work I did yesterday, fitting this new fuel line. We'll prime the fuel system, we'll fire this up, and we'll see if this fixes all or most of my problems. So we'll be back shortly.